right, here we go. Breakfast time for a bunch of deer. There's 7 deer out there, which represents 7 questions for Dylan from Noble Records Contest. He has 7 questions to answer, so 1 question for each deer. They're all back in there somewhere. Hey everyone, thanks for popping in. It's a contest video, and this one's for Dylan from Noble Records. He's reached a heck of a milestone, over 7,000, working on 8,000. I don't keep track. I can't keep track of you, Dylan, but huge congratulations for that. From how you've built your channel, but more importantly, how you've built a business. And the knowledge that you have obviously translates into your viewership. And that's what's exciting. I do miss you just sitting in your leather chair in your little corner down in your music room. I miss your leather chair. You have a nice couch where you work in your music store. That damn leather chair, that was just so comfy looking. I want a leather chair like that, maybe someday. But great channel. I truly enjoy what you do, Dylan, and I said I'm coming down there. I've already told the wife I'm coming down there, and I hope this spring. I'm working on a couple other trips that I got going on, but I do plan. I gotta save up some money because I know you're just going to kill me in there. You just will. And if I meet up with Dave from local bandography, he's going to just make me buy a bunch of stuff. So I better save up. But Dylan had a number of questions, so let's get on. Let's answer one of these. And the first one was best finds. Here's the problem with best finds. I got to remember them. I don't know. I found a quarter. That was pretty exciting. It's a quarter. Yeah, it's all pennies. But actually, well, we're going to put down this one. And I found this in North Carolina, in Ashland, because, Dylan, you told me this record store to go to. Can't think of it right off the top of my head, but I went in there, and they had a Big Star. It was Big Star's second album, Radio City. I had that in my hand, so I went to check out, and then I saw this on the shelf. And it's Miles Davis on the corner, the complete set, this is the one, it's even inside, this is the one I've been missing. And I had all of these, and I would see it on, eBay or whatever, but it's all super expensive, and believe me, it was super expensive. But it was the one I'm missing. And I love this period of Miles Davis when he got into his fusion, because his fusion was funk, a lot of funk. So finding that, I put back that Big Star album because this had been on my list for years and I'd never seen it. So super happy to find it. And 2 other ones that just stick out, and I found these down in Ohio at Plaid Room Records, and they were original pressings of 2 Fela Kuti albums. And I'd never see him in the wild, original. So to see that is just, it was like, oh my goodness. And how could I say no to that? I did not say no to it. Not the cheapest things that get in the world, but they were in good shape and they played well. So we're going to put those as my greatest finds because that's what I think. Now, I'm going to go out of order here because I'm just sitting here doing this. Another question was best gift, an album, a gift. Yeah. I've received a lot of VCLT, and every VCLT is a great gift, no matter what. It doesn't matter what it is. When someone sends you something, that's an incredible gift. And I'm going to show you one, though, that really hit. Again, this was an album, top 10 album. My go-tos, top 10, it was top 20, I don't know. But I've never been able to find it in vinyl, never had, and I didn't go onto eBay or any other thing, Discogs, to look for it. I just kept looking and looking, and I've been doing it probably for at least 20 years. And then James Griffith sent it to me, and I've showed this a number of times, but it's Goodbye Jumbo, and I got the nice little note there from James. again, it almost brought tears to my eyes. It was such an emotional, great album. So this was amazing. That was a great gift for me because of my search for it, and I never could find it. Any VCLT is wonderful. I actually have 3. I'll get into those boxes later on. So there we go. I think that's the answer to those questions. Let's get on to the other ones, though, all right? Greatest song ever. That actually was an easy one for me. I think the greatest song ever, simple enough. It's from Franz Gruber. He was the composer, and the lyrics were written by Joseph Mauer, and it was first performed in 1818. That is the song Silent Night. Think about it. Silent Night has been redone in 140 different languages. Name any other song that has been done in 140 different languages. Bing Crosby did a single of it in 1935, 4th best-selling single of all time to this day. It's been declared an intangible cultural heritage, which is by UNESCO in 2011. It's that important of a song. So for me, it's just growing up, my dad being a minister, every Christmas singing Silent Night, and I know Chris Tunes from the Man Cave, I talked about this, but it was such an important, my dad could sing better than most anybody else, and when he did Silent Night, my God, it was mind-blowing. When you're a kid, you don't appreciate it, but now I do, and to this day, I can't sing it without thinking about him, and it brings a tear to my eye. It's a very hard song for me to sing. We're going to give a couple honorable mentions. One was U2, and this is from Passengers, and they do Miss Sarajevo. I pick it because Luciano Pavarotti sings, and oh my God, it makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. And a great song, that's what it does. It creates emotion within you and makes you feel it. And that one does. It's a beautiful song. I mean, it's an incredible story around that song and what they were going through in Sarajevo and trying to have a normal life. But Luciano Pavarotti, wow. I love that one. And the other one, it comes from Madame Butterfly, and it's the Flower Duet. My favorite opera, and I'm an opera fan. I don't know what the hell they're saying, but opera's not about what they're saying. It's about the emotion that they put into it. And when you sing with emotion, and you let that come out. And the Flower Duet, let me tell you, chills. Absolute chills when I hear this song. So powerful. Such a tragic opera. My goodness. The girl gets married, then finds out the guy has a wife, and eventually blindfolds her child and goes and kills herself. Oh, wow. But this, the Flower Duet, it's just one of the most amazing songs, and I just can't get enough of it. So there it is, 3 greatest songs I think of all time. Silent Night is the greatest song of all time. The whole world sings it. What other song does the whole world sing? How's that for an answer? Just wow. How do I organize my collection? I know I've shown this and talked about it, but we'll do it again. I am kind of a little nutty on this, but I love organizing. I just do. In college, I worked in the library for 4 years. And so I got a card catalog. There used to be a bunch of little plastic boxes. And what I do, it's color coded, here's jazz. We got Chet Baker CD album. It tells me what year it came in. Also, if it was a repress, what year that was done. But I like to know the original and what the title of it is. So I go through. I actually have all the albums that need to be cataloged, new stuff right down here. I don't put them into my stacks yet till I catalog them in. And everything is in here. I even go through and I, believe it or not, this is a tally of all the years of music, how much music I have from each year. So in 1995, I bought 364 albums, CDs. 1994, 317. Look at last year, only 69 right now. In 2018, it's up to 92, so I got 2 extra hash marks. So I keep track. That, nope, no particular reason. I have a ton of music books. This is my oldest one from Rolling Stone, and you will see that I will, and I've kind of fallen apart on this a little bit, but hold on here. You can see the hashtags. I mark here which albums I have. I just do that as I look at these because I do use them all the time just as reading material, something interesting to look at, and I like to see what I have and don't have. So I keep it organized that way. And of course, the biggest thing, lordy cat, Jesus. All right, there we go. I like to, by God, Discogs. And I keep everything on here if it comes up. So my whole collection, except for cassettes, and I am missing a few CDs, is on here. Right now I have logged in 10,161 different items, mostly albums. But I keep finding I'm missing albums for whatever reason. Suddenly go, what? I missed this one? So it's, I don't know. I'm still looking. Still finding that crap. So that's how I organize. Once it's done here, I have one crate that needs to be listened to. Once I listen to it, it goes to a second crate, which is now I need to show this stuff. And I need to get a third crate for my constant rotation items. How's that for simple? What an easy way. God, I got issues, all right. Hey Jim, I want to sell this album. How much would you give me for that?
Well, being it's Herb, I'll give you $1.
No.
$2?
I really, no, I don't think so.
It's an early A&M. I'll give you $5.
God,
10.
I'm pretty sure I'll never want to listen to it again, so I don't think so.
20? 50, come on. $50 for Herb Alpert.
This is like one of those classic that I just won't ever listen to. I don't think I can do it.
All right. I'm sure I'll find another one for $1.
All right, very good, thanks. All right, the question of selling an album. What album would you never sell? I've never sold an album in my life. I've been buying records probably since about age 10, 12. Yeah, that's almost 50 years. I've never sold a single record. I don't know. I mean, like I'm going to listen to them all, but you know, when I was young and I first began buying, I just thought I want to have the world's biggest record collection. That's what I want. I just want this massive wall-to-wall records. And that was always my deal. And when I was younger, I'd go in and I bought lots of dollar records or, you know, 3 for $1 cutouts to increase the size of my collection, to get more, to listen to more. Well, that's all changed now. Now, you know, I'm more apt to be picky, or I'm looking for specific things, a little more valuable, shall we say. But I've never sold anything. I got 3 large crates filled with doubles and triples. But I use those. I could bring them in, and there's some good stuff in there that I know I could bring to my local record store and sell. But the thing is, I give those out to people. That's what I send out on VCLT. So instead of selling them, I just give them. So, I mean, I don't know what record, the one that I wouldn't sell. I guess if I had to pick one that I would never sell, it would probably be I have my nice box set of Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. I mean, it's my favorite album of all time. That would be the one. I don't have, my family didn't have, I didn't get much records. My dad has some classical, but they weren't anything great. Nothing that means like the world to me. So we'll go with the box set of Miles Davis, Kind of Blue, as the one I would never sell. But I just don't sell anything. God, am I a whore? No, I'm not a whore. I'm just trying to have the world's biggest record collection. I need to get like $1 billion so I can get that going. Documentary. What's our favorite musical documentary? Man, my favorite documentary of all time is actually Ken Burns' baseball one. Man, I watched that one a lot. And his one on jazz I thought was good, except they should have went into the newer jazz. But I'll say my favorite documentary is... This was done by Don Letts, and it's Punk Attitude. It really goes into, the early punk, Sex Pistols, Clash, Ramones, Patti Smith. Great job talking about punk and really diving into it. I love this genre. I find it fascinating, the history behind it and what goes on. And I watch a lot of different documentaries about punk. This is a favorite. During my travels in my hotel rooms, usually at night, I'll go into Amazon and I watch music documentaries. And it's something that I totally enjoy doing because it's just about learning, right? That's what we do. We learn more, and by watching these documentaries, it's really fun. I'm watching one on Tom Petty now that someone from Vinyl Community recommended and told me I need to watch. So that's what I'm doing. But we'll put this as my favorite documentary. Oh, what to pick, what to pick, what to pick. Yeah, that'll do. What the heck? Cat! Come on. Come on. Come on. Out. Out. Oh. Oh. And let's begin our day. So the question was listening habits. What are your listening habits? Basically, I get up really early in the morning. Whatever. Make my cup of coffee and I come down. And the very first thing I do is I find jazz or classical. That's how I start. Every day when I'm home, I start with jazz and classical, and I read a book. And I'll spend my first hour just reading a book, listening to that music. Second hour, I'll go into rock or whatever else, anything but jazz and classical, and I may bring down my work computer and start working. It's like now 5 or 5:30 in the morning, or just again try to relax, but I have a hard time just sitting listening. I always want to be doing something. I'll be on YouTube looking at things. That's my listening habits. At night, I like to come down. I don't really watch TV. I just listen to my music, trying to do something else. In hotel rooms, I pull up on my Amazon and I listen to music or whatever. So I guess I really do have listening habits, and I'm pretty much a creature. I stand right by them every single day. So hope that answers that. All right, Dylan. Once again, congratulations on your all your subs, over 7,000 on your contest. Hey, this is all pretty exciting stuff. This is Cinnamon Toast Crunch beer. What the hell? I don't know. Just the weirdest thing I could find on the menu. So let's give it a shot. Yeah, not bad at all. So, again, thanks for doing this. Great channel. Love it all. I'm really looking forward to meeting you this year. And from everyone here at Fathead's Brewery, Fathead Brewery, we'll say thumbs up to you, buddy. Thanks a lot. Hey, everyone, have a great evening.